Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. I got an F150. Let me show you how to get it in and out of four-wheel drive, including four-wheel drive low. And at the end of the video, I'll also give you some tips. If your vehicle's getting stuck, oftentimes they get stuck going from four-wheel drive back into two-wheel drive. I'll give you a couple tips and tricks and show you how to do that. All right, first things first. So how do you go into four-wheel drive? So in the F150, it's a shift on the fly. So going from two-wheel drive to four-wheel drive, sorry about the thumbnail, by the way. I know, put your comment down below. If you can guess what sport / activity I did, I'll be very impressed. Okay, four-wheel drive high, and it lets you know right here it's engaged. If it's blinking, that means that it has not engaged yet. It's trying to engage. Once it stops blinking and it's solid like this right here, you're officially in four-wheel drive. Now, be smart. Hopefully you know four-wheel drive, you don't want to have a beautiful day outside on asphalt or concrete and be driving around. There needs to be a certain amount of slip to the wheels for four-wheel drive. So watch some other videos on exactly when you should use it, but this is how to actually engage it. So right now we're in four-wheel drive. Hey, this is a shift on the fly, meaning that you can actually engage four-wheel drive. Like if you're going 55 miles an hour from two-wheel drive to four-wheel drive, you are welcome to do that. It works. Now, keep in mind, if the conditions are so bad that you need to go to four-wheel drive, I suggest that you're not going 55 miles an hour, 60 miles an hour. That doesn't make sense to me. Typically, you're going to be going slower than that. Most of the time when I shift into four-wheel drive, I'm stopped or going very slow. Now, this truck is also almost 20 years old, and sometimes it's a little fidgety getting in and out of four-wheel drive. So I want to help the truck by slowing down and doing it as successfully as I can. All right, so now we're in four-wheel drive high. How do we get to four-wheel drive low, and why would we use it? So first of all, let's get into it. So we are going to put our foot on the brake. The vehicle is stopped, and we're going to put this in neutral. Okay, neutral, foot on the brake, four-wheel drive low. So now when we do that, right here, and there was a clunk, I don't know if you could hear it, but sometimes there's a pretty solid clunk going into four-wheel drive and then also into four-wheel drive low. And this time it went in really smoothly. So it went into four-wheel drive low, there it is. And sometimes I need to kind of play with the gears a little bit. Take my foot off the brake, sometimes putting it into drive and then back into neutral will help it to engage. If that light is blinking and continuing to blink and it's not engaging, sometimes those little tricks can help out with it. But oftentimes when it gets stuck is when you're going back the other direction. Let's do that right now. So let's go four-wheel drive. Let's go to four-wheel drive high. So we're in neutral. The vehicle is stopped. Foot is on the brake. We go from four-wheel drive low to four-wheel drive high. Four-wheel drive low should disengage, and I could hear it doing that. And then automatically it's going to go into four-wheel drive high. It is not blinking, it's solid, so that means we're officially in four-wheel drive high. How do we get out of that? We can keep it in neutral, foot's on the brake, or you can actually be moving right here. So let's say you're going 30 miles an hour and you want to go into two-wheel drive. You can do that too, but just for this purpose, I'm parked. So let's click it back over to two-wheel drive high. And it shifted out very easily on that one. So this vehicle is doing pretty well right now for me, but oftentimes that's where it gets stuck, is when it's in four-wheel drive high. I push this button back to four-wheel drive to two-wheel drive, and this just blinks and it sits there blinking. If that happens and it's having a tough time disengaging the four-wheel drive, here's a few things you can do. First of all, be stopped on the side of the road. You've got it in neutral. Try going down into drive. Let your foot off the brake, let the truck roll forward just a little bit. And if that, oftentimes that'll do it right there. If that doesn't do it, go back to neutral, foot's on the brake, release the brake, depress the brake. And if that still isn't doing it right, you'll know it's not working because this is blinking four-wheel drive high, even though you've got it, again, in two-wheel drive high. But just for this purpose, I'm showing you that if you're stuck in that four-wheel drive high. So here's the final thing you can do is you can actually put it into reverse. So you can back it up, take your foot off the brake a little bit, back up just a little bit, and oftentimes that will help to disengage the four-wheel drive. All right, so final time, back into two-wheel drive. That one disappears and we're back into our normal driving mode. Hey friends, if today's video helped you out, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you next time.